So let's take you to KwaZulu-Natal because the eThekwini and KwaDukuza municipalities have closed all beaches under their respective jurisdictions with immediate effect. And that's due to the inclement weather there. Severe storms are expected to make landfall on the coastline over this weekend. But the South African Weather Service says this is not linked to the tropical cyclone Batsirai, which has already caused major damage in the island of Mauritius, for instance. For a sense of what the situation is looking like as of this morning, let's bring in our Karinda Jagmohan, who's live to us now from that province. And Karinda, you know, KZN, I imagine, is still actually reeling from the severe storms that actually lashed parts of the province earlier this year. I wonder how this inclement weather is likely to affect those affected communities and their ability to recover from what we saw also in December.
Absolutely, Ayanda. I mean, remember just about 2 weeks ago, last month, we were in the town of Ladysmith that had been completely ravaged by floods. In northern KwaZulu-Natal, a number of homes were taken down by storms. Shacks had fallen apart. It was really a time of devastation for many KwaZulu-Natal residents living in the northern and inland parts of the province because of the storms between December and January. Remember, the damage caused to infrastructure and homes at the time amounted to more than 3 million rand. And over and above that, unfortunately, 25 people lost their lives. That was the situation just a month ago when those storms happened. Now, the South African Weather Service says they don't see any imminent danger from this tropical cyclone that is expected to make landfall in Mozambique actually over the next week. However, the rain bands around the cyclone may have impact on our local sea, our local weather system. Already it started raining here in KwaZulu-Natal. But over and above this as well, like you mentioned, shark nets have been removed from our beaches as well as beaches further north just to prevent further damage in that particular vicinity, as well as now those beaches are closed because the shark nets have been removed. The issue going forward is, as we see more severe weather systems, severe storms, how are people on the ground going to cope? Today, the Ilembe district mayor is giving a media update on the work he's done so far since being elected. But questions to him that will be posed will be on how that specific municipality will be able to conduct disaster management operations going forward in weather patterns like what we are seeing currently. Many houses in that region were among those that were destroyed during the storm of December and January at the time. And so going forward now with this imminent severe storm over the next week that is expected, we see the weather forecast shows more than an 80% chance of rain, and as well as the tropical cyclone that will hit Mauritius currently has winds of more than 200 kilometers per hour. That was recorded yesterday. And while that will not have a direct impact on KwaZulu-Natal, when that cyclone hits Mozambique, it is anticipated that the weather patterns around this area, the coastline and the northern areas of KZN, will be severely impacted because of that inclement weather. But on the ground as well, one of the major issues still remains is KZN's disaster management operations and its ability to actually be able to have foresight of these weather patterns and be able to evacuate or assist people on the ground with any relief aid they may be, especially because there are still many areas that are underdeveloped in KwaZulu-Natal and the northern areas that remain rural and may not have proper infrastructure to provide shelter to those who need it from this weather patterns. So today we'll be speaking to community members about this and how they feel about their living conditions in the midst of the ever-changing weather patterns in this global warming crisis.
Yeah, and in a stroke of irony, Karinda, I can see it's already started raining as you speak about the weather. So we'll get you a moment to get under shelter and keep dry. For now, thanks very much indeed. Karinda Jagmohan, live to us there from Durban in KZN.